coverage of the National Football League brings us to historic Baltimore, Maryland, and M&T Bank Stadium. The holiday season is upon us. We've got the gift of the NFL as we're underway here in Week 16. And that's not going to be returned, as so many kicking teams elect to do. This is past the landing zone, and we'll start at the 30. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. First carry for Josh Jacobs. And that is the kind of tackling they want to see all game, as he'll lose yardage to start things out. It'll go as a loss of a yard on the game's first play. 2nd down.
Part of their struggles last week was getting these negative plays on 1st and 2nd down. That's something they have to be wary of as this game continues.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Once again, it's Jacobs. And he'll be tackled just past the 35 at the 36. A 6-yard pickup on the ground that time, and that'll make it 3rd and 4 coming up.
Well, this defense for the Ravens, they were very good in the win last week against Jacksonville.
Yeah, and what stood out to me on tape, the way they were flying to the football. So that tells me that they've got all their assignments down, and they're playing with extreme confidence.
To pass, here's Jordan Love. And that's going to be incomplete. But, man, his first throw, that nearly went the other way. Instead, it's 4th down. Here's Daniel Whelan now. And he'll get this away into the icy winter air. That's going to go in the books as a 55-yard punt. Well done. And the Ravens, they'll take over. Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 at their own 18. On the ground, this is Derrick Henry. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. Give him 10 yards on the pickup, and that'll make it 2nd and a foot or so. They'll try the right side with Henry. Oh, he's got some breathing room. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. A big chunk on the ground there, 27 yards. So into Packer territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 46. Henry out of the pistol.
Down to the 42, 2nd down. The Ravens at 13-1 now on the year. And they were winners their last time out, so they'll be looking to make it 2 in a row.
And so much about football, partner, comes down to mindset. Being in the right frame of mind, and the best way to get in that good frame of mind, winning. So they come in feeling good. They've got the home crowd behind them. I think they're going to be tough to beat in this one.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Here's Jackson. A short throw caught by Andrews. So the completion good for just 3. And that's going to bring up 2nd down.
Oh, it's time to give a little credit there to the defense. They played that very well because it was a drag route, and he ran a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defensive line. But once he made the catch, nowhere to turn upfield and gain any yardage.
And he's going to go down here, a sack. They push him back to the 34.
Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
And on that one, the protection just broke down.
You've got to have that leverage, don't you? We always talk about low man wins in the running game for an offensive lineman versus a defensive lineman. It's essentially the same thing in pass protection. Get lower than that defensive.
He's got a man, complete, and in for the Ravens touchdown. Deontay Johnson, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Ravens get the upper hand as they're on the board first here this afternoon. Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and that makes the score 7-0. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And no run back here. That's going to be a touchback, and we'll bring it out to the 30-yard line. About set to get this drive started, the Green Bay offense at the line. And the last drive, their first drive, 3 and out. What changes here, if anything?
I think it's making sure the guys that you trust the most with the ball, the biggest playmakers you have, that they touch it on this possession to try and get things moving.
So get it to the horses.
Without a doubt. They're the ones that typically end up in the end zone.
Here's Jacobs on 1st and 10. And not much there at all. Maybe a yard up to the 43.
Look at this Baltimore defense.
They've been very good against the pass so far this year. Number 4 in the NFL right now.
And when you see a ranking like number 4 in the league against the pass, that's a testament to both their defensive coordinator and the general manager that crafted this unit. And now they're out executing.
Now Love. And he fends him off. That's complete. He finds Jaden Reed. His first catch, good for 9 and a first down.
Well, this is where reading defenses and practice time comes into play. You've got to know what you're running versus zone versus man and how to run the proper route. And they just executed that one pretty well.
Running straight ahead is Jacobs. And he stopped immediately there. No gain on the play there. 2nd down. After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. Here's 2nd and 10. Jacobs going to try the middle. Oh, fighting off the defender. And he's going to be down close to a first down at the Ravens 38. 9 yards on the pickup there as he'll be left with 3rd and 1.
So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down.
Trying to run for it with Jacobs. And that one going nowhere from the start as he's met in the backfield and goes backwards. Feeling like they're not quite in field goal range yet. They're going to go for it on 4th. Throwing. Love. And they hit him as he throws as this one's going to go straight down to the turf. Incomplete. The Packers unable to pick up the first. And the Ravens are going to get the football back. The Baltimore offense at the line set to get going.
Well, just 2 series in here, Charles, but everything's gone to script so far. They got a touchdown on their first drive. Their defense holds, and now they've got a chance to take a 2-score lead.
And to co-sign with you, exactly the start they scripted up. And really, that kind of start, that can set the tone for the game for them.
Give them 13 yards on the opening play of the drive and also give them a first down. Johnson goes in motion left. Now Jackson taps this forward jet sweep. And he's going to get this one down near the 45-yard line. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
A nice play design there with the touch pass. Looked good at the start, but bottom line, the defense was ready.
And they did a nice job scouting, didn't they? Not just scouting, but but now executing once they saw the play for real after having worked on it all week in practice. They drilled on the play, then they drilled him.
Flush to his right. They find some open field here. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. Lamar Jackson, 45 yards. And the Ravens have taken a 2-touchdown lead now. Tucker with the extra point, and that'll make the score 14-0. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And we will not have a return. They'll bring this to the 30. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And they're in a bind early here, down 14-0. Are you worried at this stage or still too early?
You're worried. You're just trying not to transmit it to the rest of your team. You want to make sure that they stay positive. But at the same time, you're wondering, how are we going to move the football? What do we have on this play sheet that can work? Get back to basics is usually your answer. And make sure you find the guy who can move the ball fastest for you if you just get it in his hands.
Yeah, still second quarter. You get points on the board here. I think you're feeling okay. Love looking to throw it. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
And he's only hit on 2 of his first 6 passes. Time for a quick quarterback regroup here with a big 3rd down coming up.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Here's Love. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up.
Good clean play. No flags coming out of the pocket of the officials. Turns into an incompletion, and that should get him off the field with a 3 and out.
And here's Daniel Whelan on now to punt.
And this will be taken at the 13.
Nice punt, but good work on the return to get back 11 yards. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive.
Well, this offense looks like they have a little extra pep in their step as they take the field here for drive number 3, because remember, Charles, drives 1 and 2 both ended in the end zone.
Yeah, and right now they've just got to be careful not to lean into overconfidence, because every drive has a life of its own. But I like the way that they've started, the way that they're going about doing things right now. They've got a chance for that 3rd consecutive touchdown, and that would be a crushing blow to the defense.
A 5-yard pass on the heels of a 5-yard run. Good enough for the 1st. Henry up the middle. And the ball is knocked out.
But it looks like one of the DBs has it.
And they take possession of the football and have it at the 36-yard line.
Remember in preseason when we were going to the different training camps and visiting teams, and we always would see the running backs working out and going through those gauntlet drills, and, you know, guys either slapping at the ball or the machines. You got to learn to take care of it.
Yeah, they lost it there. Big fumble. Here's a handoff to Jacobs running left. Bust through the tackle. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. 14 yards, good for a Packer 1st down. 2 minutes to play, 1st half. It's 14-0. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's lead. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. A solid pickup at 13 sets him up first and goal. Working out of the gun. Love. He finds his man. Complete. That's Jacobs. And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. Here's second and goal, operating from the 8-yard line. Here's Jacobs from the gun. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, Packers. Josh Jacobs. He has career touchdown number 78, tying in with both Eddie George and Frank Gifford on the all-time list. And the Packers get a late score here in the final minute of the first half. Piñeiro's extra point up and good. And that'll make our score 14-7. Now after the touchdown, here's Piñeiro to kick it off. And no run back forthcoming, so this will come out to the 30. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. And with a 7-point lead, they'll likely look to take this to the locker room and not really press the issue. Play action. Now Jackson. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Partner, what we're seeing so far is the defense is certainly coordinated. Both levels doing their jobs in tandem. The back helping the front helping the back. The pressure got home on that last play and forced him to try and throw through contact and short of the sticks.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with 34 seconds to go before halftime. Now it's Jackson.
And this is into the hands of Andrews downfield.
And he just falls short down at the 1-yard line. A big play there just before halftime. 45 yards. Two big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's first and goal. Henry trying to keep those big legs churning, but he's going to go down in the backfield. Ravens going to use their third and final timeout.
So as they talk it over, we step aside.
Back at the 2 now. Here's second and goal. This time Jackson will throw it. Got a man. It's caught for a Ravens touchdown. A great play there. Laying himself out in the end zone.
And the Ravens will extend their lead in the final minute of the half.
Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and it's now 21-7. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown.
And no chance to see a return on the dynamic kickoff. They'll move this out to the 30-yard line.
About set to get this drive started, the Green Bay offense at the line. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressive.
That one out wide and intercepted.
And that's what we've seen from this defense all year long, because they've been so good at finding ways to take the football away. And they just gave us another example right here. A strong defense, that's something you're going to need to rely on come playoff time. And this crew has got one. There's no doubt about that, Brandon.
Dancing to his left. And he'll toss this one incomplete. Seeing no options, he throws it away.
I think we can all understand what they're thinking right now. They take over the ball in field goal range after the turnover, so they've got that in their hip pocket. But they've got to go for the end zone and turn this into a bigger points. Their thinking is a touchdown is really what they should get from starting here. Getting 3 points at the end of this drive, that would feel disappointing.
So, Charles, they get to them with their first turnover of the game and then make it hurt a little bit extra with a field goal.
And anytime you give the ball up, what's the first thing a coach tells his defense? Don't let them score off of this. You've got to put out the fire. In fact, in 2021, that's what one NFL coach termed his defense. The firemen. Go out there, guys, and don't let them put some points on the board.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw.
He's going to launch this deep for Watson.
That's caught inside the 20. And they're going to have this in a great spot way down in Baltimore territory. And unless this is a quick incompletion, this is likely the last play here of this first half. And they're just going to run it here up the middle. And he's got some space here. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. First half in the books. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. The Ravens ready to receive it, and they've got the lead as well as we resume play in the second half. And no return forthcoming. It'll be a touchback, and the third quarter will start from the 30. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And they've got the lead, CD. What do you expect from them in this second half?
Well, I like what they were able to do on the ground in the first half because they had a lot of success running the ball, and I certainly think we'll see more of that. But I'd keep an eye on that defense, and I think their coaches up in the box will do the exact same thing. If they start to see one or two guys start to creep towards the line of scrimmage, that'll be licensed to take some shots downfield.
They still need about the length of the football here, maybe a little less as they come up on 2nd and inches. Now a first carry for their fullback. And some room to work. It's a pretty strong running there as he'll take this across the 50 and down to the 44. 16 yards on that one and a Raven first. So into Packer territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line. Play action. It's Jackson. This is caught inside the 15. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or two shy of the 10. Now a 1st and 10 at the 11. Off the option, here's Henry. And he's going to work this one down to about the 5. 62 yards rushing for him now to this point. Lots of praise on this drive, obviously. I know you're seeing what I'm seeing. Those guys up front, they're getting it done.
Doesn't matter what play is called. They are handling their business at the line of scrimmage and dominating right now on this drive.
2nd and 3 with the ball sitting on the 5.
Now they'll send a tight end in motion left.
2nd down, they go again with Henry.
And he tries to power forward, but he will not get back to the line of scrimmage. This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher 3rd down looming.
That's a really alert defense there because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
Jackson. And this is caught. Touchdown, Baltimore.
Isaiah Likely.
His first touchdown on the year.
And the Ravens take the opening kickoff of the 3rd quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead.
Tucker with the extra point. And the lead is now 24. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And not willing to risk a return. This ball is going to come out to the 30-yard line. About set to get this drive started. The Green Bay offense at the line. And their halftime hole now even deeper. And they need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger, but no time for discouragement. Just got to get back to it, right? Put your shoulder against the boulder and start pushing and try and get back to where you were to start the half.
A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. On play action. Love to throw. A throw out wide, going to be incomplete.
And there's another stop. One of the league's best defenses is certainly bringing it again this week.
We're in Baltimore. Third quarter action. 2nd and 10.
They will run out of the gun with Jacobs. And across midfield he goes into Raven territory. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Love now. He's got his target. That's complete. And they'll get this to the 30-yard line before crossing over out of bounds. A good-looking drive for the Packers so far. It's a 1st down.
It's taken a while for this offense to get going. A little creaky at the start, but they're oiled up now. A nice throw there, and they're really putting together a good drive.
Off the play fake, Love. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Another attempt, another incompletion, and when I look at the scoreboard and where we are in this game, it comes to mind that they have to start getting the ball in the hands of their playmakers. Throw it to the guys that maybe can take a short pass and turn it into a long gain or make people miss downfield. They've got to have points, and the guys who can put the ball in the end zone, they're the ones that need to touch the ball.
He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone, and that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. Eddie Pinheiro on now. This will be from 49 yards out. This is up and good from Pinheiro. And they get a little bit closer here as the lead's down to 3 touchdowns. So the 3 points there, and CD, that helps them inch a bit closer.
Yeah, partner, when you're losing, any points you see go on the board in your favor, you're happy to take them.
And no run back here. That's going to be a touchback, and we'll bring it out to the 30-yard line.
The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. And now you've got the clock winding down here in the 3rd quarter. Your 3 scores to the good. What's your approach on this drive?
Too early to fully commit to playing the clock game. Yet at the same time, you're also not going pell-mell like you would in 2-minute offense. This is what NFL offenses call 4-minute football. Take the clock out of the game a little bit, wind it down, but at the same time, keep advancing the ball down the field.
2nd and 10. Now Lamar changing the play.
10th carry now for Derrick Henry. And he gets this to the 35. Good for a gain of 5.
That 2nd down play call was not to pick up the 1st down. It was to accomplish what they did to get them into a manageable 3rd down because they had incompletion on 1st down, so they were behind the sticks, so to speak. They needed to make up some ground, and they did.
Here's Jackson to throw.
He's going to get that to his running back out of the backfield.
And he'll go out near midfield at the 49. They get 14 on that one. That's good for a Baltimore 1st down. Inside handoff, Henry. And he'll fight forward on the straight-ahead running for just a couple of yards. 2nd down.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground, but I think the play gets made by the defensive front because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
And they're not going to get to the line to run another play, so we will switch ends as the...
Here's a 2nd and 8.
Running from the gun with Henry. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
On 3rd down, Henry. And he'll get this into enemy territory, but not by much as he's down to the 48. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it's going to leave him with a 4th down.
Well, praise has to go to the guys on the offensive line because they've had a very nice, productive day running the football. How about that poor defensive line? They've been knocked around the entire game, and while they slowed them down on that run, can they continue to do so? Because they haven't had much success throughout this ball game.
And this is good. He got just enough to clear the crossbar as he drops it in from long distance.
Well, not too long ago, Charles, that would have been a new NFL record. But instead, it's shy of setting the record, which is 66, but still from 65 away, one of the longest kicks in league history.
And that puts him in elite company in the NFL. Only a few have ever even attempted that, let alone put it through the post. How about his moment? It came together for him, and he delivered.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway.
Well, we said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD. But unfortunately, the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable the way their opponent was playing. And, partner, they do have some good news, though. This one is getting close to being over, and they can try and hit the reset button starting tomorrow. That's coverage you'd expect to see in a tie game late. Not in a lopsided game like this. They are not letting up.
On the handoff, this is Jacobs. Trying to run inside, but nothing there. This offense so far on 3rd down, just 1 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 10. To throw now. Here's Love. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete.
And he will step out of bounds here inside the 30.
It's a big play there for Green Bay. 43 yards. So in Raven territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 27. Out of the shotgun, it's Love. Looking for the end zone. And this is going to be intercepted.
Kyle Hamilton picks it, and the Ravens are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive.
And after the interception, they are sitting in an even better spot with the ball and a comfortable 4th quarter lead. Oh, he was hit as he threw it there, and that one winds up incomplete. But their passing attack, even though that one was incomplete, has been really sharp in this one. It's resulted in a lot of touchdowns, and it looks like they're not going to stop throwing the football until the very end of this one.
Well, that will certainly make everyone involved on offense pretty happy because that gives them all a chance to pad their stats a bit. But as far as the actual need, you and I both know they can just run this clock out because this one, it was over a long time ago. That's a nice job there defensively, being able to diagnose that little touch pass. They saw it coming, converged on him before he could get much out of it.
Hey. Middle. What is shot? You.
To throw is Jackson.
Again, it's Johnson.
And they're able to get this one across the 35. He's now just 3 yards shy of 197 yards receiving on the contest and a first down.
Tell you what, partner, the way he's been slinging it in this one, I think he should be ticketed for a baseball cap and a set of headphones for the next drive. He's been absolutely sensational. But one thing we've both learned about quarterbacks in this league, they often stay on the field longer than you expect.
And he's got it up over the 40 to the 41.
73 yards rushing for him here as he starts to close in now on 1,200 yards for the season.
Good gain there on first down. It keeps him in a running situation probably.
They did everything right on that play, didn't they? They got the leverage up front, good blocking, nice hole for him. He ends up picking up nice yardage, stays in bounds to keep the clock rolling. They are in charge of this scenario right now. They want to stay that way.
And not in any rush offensively. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Raven football here as we welcome you back. And you'd have to figure they're just looking to burn these final 2 minutes away and get out of here with a victory.
From the 41, here's 2nd and 4.
Again, it's Henry. And tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on third down.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
Here now, 3rd and a yard.
Middle.
Now they'll fake the jet sweep and run up the middle with Henry.
And Henry fighting for the marker, but I don't think he got there. He did not. The Packers going to use one of their timeouts as it comes with 1:25 left to go in the contest. The Ravens send their punter out now. Always a good sign when your first punt comes in the fourth quarter. And that hits at the 6 and carries into the end zone for a touchback. About set to get this drive started. The Green Bay offense at the line.
Well, probably not much that they can do at this point, CD. Down 3 scores late in the fourth quarter. This is going to be a little too much to overcome, you would think.
Yeah, they'll go down swinging, but in the end, I think we saw the writing on the wall a while back because one team was clearly better than the other in this one. And while it didn't quite reach blowout status, I think we knew who was going to win this one well before we got to this stage.
Now a desperation throw deep downfield. Now he drops it incomplete. And their struggles continue here.
Even with such a big lead late, the effort hasn't lapsed one bit. If the offense wants to score some points in this one, they're going to have to earn it. These guys are not giving up anything.
Love from the gun on third down. Over the middle, complete. That's Jacobs. Now the Packers going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts. As the clock will stop with 34 seconds to go in the game. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give them that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
Desperation time here. Love on fourth down. That is caught. And he goes out of bounds just shy of the 45. No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on fourth. Fourth down, trailing in the fourth quarter. They felt compelled to go for it, and they got it.
Well, I'd look down at my play sheet, and what I would find, plays that have been successful throughout the game that have worked at the distance you need, and that's exactly what they got.
And he will go down outside of the pocket for a sack. Tried to get away, but could not. One last shot now for Love. He's going to let it fly. And that will be incomplete. They were going for a consolation TD, but it was not to be. And time has run out now on this game. So the final seconds tick away in this Baltimore victory. And it was their defense that led the way, allowing just 3 points, that lone field goal in the entire second half.
And remember the old adage, offense sells tickets. Defense does what?
Wins championships.
And in this game, maybe a championship wasn't won, but a game was by the defense, right? Held them to just a field goal. That's a heck of a job. I mean, when they went out there with that determination and a pretty good game plan, pretty good idea what they wanted to accomplish, just love the execution, love the tenacity, love the way they finished.
So for Baltimore, it's another win for them, and you wonder if they want a redo on that one loss as they sit now at 14-1. And they'll get to stay home again